Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Nimble training webinar. My name is Michaela Underdahl, and I'm Nimble's community manager. Today's session is being recorded, and everybody who has registered will receive a recording later today. We will also post the recording on our YouTube channel, so if you're not subscribed yet, please do so, and you'll be able to access all our previous training webinars there. If you have any questions during today's session, please use the question box to let us know. My colleague Megan in the background, she'll be compiling all the questions into a document so we can then go through all of them at the end of today's session. During the next around 45 minutes, I will take you on a tour through the entire Nimble app. We will cover what Nimble is, how to get started, how to connect your emails and calendars, how to import contacts from various different places, and we'll also go through every single feature. And at the end of the session, I will also give you a tour through our Nimble for iPhone application. We have app for Android as well, but unfortunately, I don't have an Android device on me today, so it will be tailored to our iOS users, but the features are almost identical, so it will not be a problem. So before we start, I would like to cover what Nimble is, because we might have some people that are completely new to Nimble. So Nimble is an easy-to-use customer relationship management tool. It helps small to medium-sized businesses and entrepreneurs to manage their business relationships better. And we do that by integrating with both Office 365 and Gmail and G Suite, and unifying all your contacts, calendars, and communications into one place. We also have all the basic CRM follow-up features, so you can use to schedule any to-dos for yourself or anybody else on your team. And we just help you to get things done and make sure that nothing is falling through the cracks. On top of that, Nimble also has a segmentation feature that allows you to segment your database into targeted groups, as well as group messaging, which is a feature that utilizes your email client, but it allows you to send group messages up to 300 people per day per user. And then we'll also give you the insights on clicks and opens. So the advantage of utilizing the group messaging inside of Nimble is that nobody will know that they are part of a group outreach. And if you really take the time personalizing and customizing the message, it will save you a lot of time, and you will see much bigger open and response rates. Nimble also has a deals and pipeline management feature together with reporting, and we'll go over all these features in detail. And what about the price? So Nimble currently costs $25 per month per user, but if you pay annually, it goes down to $19 per month per user. So here we are inside of Nimble. The first time you log into Nimble, you will land on Today page. The Today page was designed to help you to know immediately when you first log in the morning to know what you have to get done. But before you'll start seeing the value in the Today page, you'll have to go in settings, and you do that by clicking on the circle in the top right corner and navigating to networks and imports. This is where you'll import all your contacts into Nimble, where you'll be able to connect all your emails and calendars. So you can use this quick connect menu when you're first getting started, or you can use this one, just navigate into the box that has the type of account or the type of contacts that you want to import. If you're a current user and want to check that everything has been connected properly, or maybe you didn't know that you could connect multiple email accounts and you want to add more, you could just scroll down, and under connected accounts, you could quickly go through all the email accounts that you have here. Make sure that there are no red notifications telling you that the connection timed out. If that happens, you can simply click on this refresh button. If that still persists, I would suggest you disconnecting the network altogether and connecting it back in. In case you're still struggling with connecting, please let us know at care@nimble.com and we'll guide you through the setup. I want to reiterate that you can connect as many email accounts to Nimble as you want. You can also use a combination of Office 365, G Suite. You can connect your personal Gmail or any other IMAP accounts. We do not support POP. You can also use this window to import your contacts from, if you're using Google Contacts, you can import them here. And you can also do that from your Office 365 Outlook account. And one thing that I wanted to mention, this is actually going to change by the end of the month. But currently, if you want to connect your email, your Office 365 email account, you will do so here. And just select your Outlook or your Office 365. And if you want to connect if you want to import your Office 365 contacts and also utilize our group message feature, you will have to connect it one more time by using our Office 365 REST API here. So it's a little more complicated. We're working on making it easier, and it will be available really soon. For Gmail, it's super easy. You just click here and select your Gmail account and connect it. The same goes for calendars. You can connect your Outlook calendar, you can connect your Google Calendar, and you can also combine. So as you can see, I'm actually using both. So both of them are connected. If you are utilizing Twitter, Twitter is the only social network at this moment that Nimble directly integrates with. It means that whatever happens in Twitter after you have connected Twitter into Nimble will be visible inside of your Nimble account. So then later you'll be able to see when we land on a contact record in Nimble, you'll be able to see the entire history of interactions with the person. So you'll see when you first connected on Twitter, you'll see all the interactions you've had. You'll be able to go through their Twitter feed or send them a direct message straight from Nimble, or you can continue to do that from a Twitter interface and it will still be recorded under the contact record inside of Nimble. As far as LinkedIn goes, currently we do not have a direct integration with them, but you are still able to go onto your LinkedIn profile, download a list of your connections, which will be in the CSV file format, and then you'll be able to easily import it into Nimble. Before running any imports into Nimble, I would like to suggest always add in a tag, because it will help not you, but anybody else on your Nimble account to know exactly how all the contacts got in there. And then sometimes maybe you'll be able to pull up the tag and do some cleaning. Maybe sometimes you'll import a list of contacts that you need just for a specific project, and then you want to keep your database clean, ideally, because if it gets messy, it's very likely that you will stop using it. So then you'll be able to pull up the tag and easily delete it. You can use our CSV import for importing contacts from all kinds of different places. So maybe you are not using a CRM right now. Maybe you are just managing the relationship with your prospects and customers inside of a spreadsheet. So you could save your spreadsheet in a CSV file and then use our CSV import to import them into Nimble. So it's very easy. You just select the CSV file, and then we have a little contact wizard, we call it, that will help you to map all the fields. If you struggle with importing any contacts into Nimble, please let us know at care@nimble.com and we'll make sure to guide you through the process. So that's one place where you might have your contacts. You might also have them in another CRM or in any other third-party applications. And for this use case, we have two options. First option is going into your app, seeing if you can download the list of your connections into a CSV file and then import them into Nimble. The other option is our integration with a company called PySync. So if you go on this page inside of Nimble, you'll be able to go through the list of all the applications that we currently integrate with. It's a lot. I think right now it's close to 200. So instead of going through it like this, you can actually just start typing here. So I started typing Dynamics. So we integrate with Microsoft Dynamics 365. So through this integration, you would be able to sign up for a trial inside of the Nimble application. And company called PySync that I said that we integrate with, they offer a 14-day free trial. During this trial, you'll be able to import all your contacts from the third-party applications that you would want to sync with Nimble with no cost. Then after the 14-day trial, they offer you to sync up to 2,000 contacts per month per user. If you need to sync more, there would be a charge associated with that. And my colleague Megan can actually share a link to PySync's pricing, so you can take a look at how much it would be. But I definitely want to encourage you to take advantage of this integration because, like I said, on the free trial, they allow you to bring all your contacts into Nimble for free. And it's a really easy process. They allow you to set up rules. So if you don't want to bring all your contacts inside of Nimble, if you only want to bring specific lists, if maybe you're using MailChimp and you only want to bring specific targets of people inside of Nimble, you could set up rules. So it works on if this, then that. So you could just tell Nimble and PySync to transition just the important contacts. So we covered how to import, how you can connect your email accounts into Nimble, how you can connect your calendars, how you can import contacts from various different places, and how to utilize our integration with PySync. So since we're in settings, I also want to go through this menu on top. If at any point you need to change anything in your account, you would be able to find your information under My Account and change anything you need. You can also transfer the ownership of the account. So sometimes what happens is that the person that creates the Nimble trial doesn't necessarily end up being the person who will be managing the account. And it's really important to think about who the person responsible for setting up all the permissions will be. So in case you need to change it, just ask the person to go into My Account and then transfer the ownership to somebody else on your team who will then be the account admin and will be able to delegate different permissions. Another thing that when you're first getting started, another thing to kind of think about is how many people will be on your account and what their roles will be. Also, you should be thinking about the organization of your contacts. So maybe even creating a document or having a meeting with your team in which you will come up with tagging structure or where you discuss with your employees what accounts and contacts you want them to import. Because again, it's very important to keep your database clean, especially when you're getting started. So the account administrator will also be able to add and remove licenses and add new users here. It's very easy to invite new users into Nimble. You can just type in their email addresses, separate them with commas, and the invites will be sent. Then everybody who was invited will get an email inside of their email, and they'll be able to join in and set it up for themselves. When I was talking about the permissions, so some of the permissions that you as an account admin should determine who to delegate to might be bulk export. So this is actually really important because unfortunately it happens sometimes that employees leave and they take the database you spend years and years building with them. So you could restrict certain people on your account to be able to bulk export and bulk delete. You can also allow certain members to be able to configure the pipelines inside of Nimble. And you can also decide what kind of deal privacy you give them. So deals inside of Nimble can be viewed by all, or you can set it up that everybody can view them and also edit them, or that the certain individual can view all deals but can only edit their own. And before we go on to today's page, I would also like to touch on a feature that we call highlighted contacts. So you can access it in settings by clicking on highlighted contacts here. And what this feature does and how it works is that we ask you, what are the keywords and titles that are important to you and your business? You can use as many as you want. So these can be social media, marketing, it can be VP of sales, president, owner, any titles or keywords that are important to you. What then happens after you start building your database and bringing more and more contacts into Nimble, Nimble in the background will be matching these keywords and titles with the people's bios and will be helping you resurface them and help you connect with more people like those people that you've already connected to. So now we're moving on to today's page. So again, it's going to be always the first page that you will land on when you first open up Nimble. You can customize this page completely. You can click on Manage Widgets. You can upload your company logo. You can change the cover. And when you click on Add or Remove Widgets, you can select those that you would like to display and those that maybe are not important to you. And we'll go through them one by one, so then you'll be better able to determine which ones are important to you. You can also drag and drop. So if you'd like to have tasks, which are to-dos in the first spot, and always want to know what are all the to-dos that I have created for myself or somebody else delegated for me, you can move them here. When you're all done, you just click Close Settings. And let's right now go through all the different, what we call them, widgets. So let's go through all of them and talk about what they mean, what they are. So we already touched on tasks. Tasks are to-dos. You can create them for yourself or anybody else on your team. In this box, you'll be able to see all your open tasks, the upcoming ones, or those that are overdue, or you can focus those that are your team tasks. And again, overdue, completed, or those that have been marked as important. And you can mark them as important simply by clicking on the star here. Signals. Currently, we only have a direct integration with Twitter. So these will be signals from Twitter, which if you're using Twitter for social selling or building your personal brand, it can be really useful for you to see who's following you. You can easily add them to Nimble. You can follow them straight from here, set up any to-dos, or maybe assign tasks for yourself or somebody else on your team to do the next step with them. We also offer email tracking. So for Gmail users, you'll be able to send track messages from inside of your Gmail inbox as well as from inside of Nimble or our mobile app or the Nimble extension. And then you'll be able to see how people are interacting with your messages here. For Office 365 users, currently the tracking is only available inside of Nimble. So if you email people from our contacts tab or anywhere else or the extension, you can track the email, but it's currently not available from inside of your Outlook. Events. So this tab will compile all your calendars that you have connected into Nimble, and you'll be able to toggle between them and focus on those that are important to you. So this can actually be something that you might want to move all the way up, especially if you're not utilizing Twitter. It might be something that you would want to see right away, the first thing you open up Nimble in the morning. We have 3 deal-related widgets here. So if you're in sales, if you're the company owner, you might want to be you might want to always be able to see very fast how much money is in your funnel, who's working on what deals need attention. So these widgets might be really beneficial to you. As I mentioned earlier, Nimble allows you to create multiple pipelines inside of Nimble or multiple funnels. So if you're selling multiple products or you have multiple divisions inside of your company, this is where it would come in handy. So you can easily select the pipeline or the funnel that you want to take a look at. You can see the weighted total or the total in the pipeline. This is where you can see the individual deals. You can select active deals that are owned by you or those that are active, owned by the entire team. And we also have a stay in touch feature here. You can use a little clock next to your contact's picture and tell Nimble to help you stay in touch with them by sending you notifications that it's time to, you can set it up to stay in touch with them on monthly basis or quarterly basis, and then Nimble will send you notifications to help you stay in touch with them. So this is where the highlighted contacts widget shows up. So Nimble's automatically looking at the bios of the people I brought into Nimble and surfacing those that match the keywords that are important to me. And this is the third deal-related or sales-related widgets that we have. You can see a chart of your pipeline. And you can, again, go through your pipelines here and take a look at them. You can select just your deals or teams for deals for your entire team. We also offer this onboarding checklist. So especially if you're new to Nimble, please go through it and see all the suggested videos and support articles we have here. And when you go through the onboarding, you'll also see that you'll be able to unlock some prizes here. So I recommend checking it out and completing the entire onboarding here. I think we're ready to move on to the main tab in Nimble that are contacts. So you will be probably spending most time here because Nimble is a contact management tool. We have some basic, super basic segmentation here. So on the left side, you'll be able to go through all your contacts or view just people or just companies. You'll be able to see people that have been marked as important, those that have been recently viewed, recently added, and so on. We recently added this folder that's called Removed Contacts. So this folder can be really useful if you or any of your team members accidentally delete contacts that you don't want to lose. So you'll be able to go into this folder and easily recover them. One thing that I would suggest everybody to play with is our segmentation feature. So this is super basic, but we actually have a much better version of it. And you launch it by clicking into the search box on the main bar. As you can see, these what we call quick filters pop up. These are not all the filters that we allow you to search your database on. There's so much more. So these are just some of the ones that we learned that our users are using the most. So when you click on tags, you'll be able to select from all the tags that you or any of your team members created. And after clicking on Add Filter here, you'll be able to select from any existing fields inside of Nimble or any of those that you have created, because Nimble offers custom data fields that you get to define. So I could, for instance, further refine this group of people by asking Nimble, do I have their contact info? Do I have an email for them? So I could just ask Nimble, okay, just show me those whose emails are not empty. Well, in this case, I don't have emails for them, so it's not going to work, but you get the idea. So it can also, you can search based on birthdays if you want to send any of your clients a happy birthday card, or simply just reach out to them via email or on social media. You can search on work titles. So if you want to come up with a group of people, a tag group of people of your clients, but then you also want to get in touch only with the CEOs, you can type content CEO here, and then create the search here. When you create a search that you know that you will want to reuse in the future, we give you the option to save the segment. So you can just type the name of the segment here, save it. It will show up under Save Segments here. And every time a new contact enters the search, every time they match the rules you basically set up, they will go there. So this search will always stay updated. At the beginning of our session, I mentioned that we have a group message feature, and you would usually enter the group message feature from the segmentation window or the context window, because I would actually like to spend a few seconds talking about why we designed the feature. So many times our customers ask us if this feature could replace MailChimp or Constant Contact, and the answer at this moment is no. The group message in Nimble was designed for you to help you manage already segmented and targeted groups of people. That's also why we set the limit so low. When you first sign up for Nimble, you will see that you can only send up to 100 messages per user per day. You can upgrade up to 300. And if you're interested in upgrading, please let us know at billing@nimble.com. So the other reason why we don't allow you to blast your entire email list is that this works through your email provider. So we don't want you to get flagged. We don't want you to get banned from using your email or in any way get spanked by Office 365 or Google. So the idea is for you to go and segment your database into targeted groups, then selecting them and then sending them a group message. When you enter this window, you'll be able to select from all the emails that you have connected to Nimble. Of course, you get to select the subject line. We also have a merge seg feature, which is really useful for personalization. So I could say, Happy Wednesday, and then Nimble would automatically grab everybody's first name. You can also do it with company. And so on. So before you're ready to send your emails, I would definitely suggest everybody always sending themselves a test message that will go into the inbox that you decided to send the message from, to make sure that there are no typos, the first names and company's name or any merge tags that you edit are working well. If you include any tags, I would definitely suggest clicking on them, making sure they work. You can also attach files to Nimble. And since I selected a group of people that I don't have emails for, nobody shows up under the recipients list here. They show up under errors. So Nimble actually gives me the ability to look for their contact information by using our feature called Nimble Prospector. When you first register for Nimble, I believe we give you 25 credits. So if you're in sales, if you feel like this is a feature that you would like to use, you can always let us know at billing@nimble.com, and we'll be able to upgrade you for more credits. So the way it works is that as long as you know the first name, last name, and the company the person works for, we'll be able to find their contact information. So let's test it on this person. I see my internet's a little slow. If by any chance you run this okay, great. So that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. So if you run the search and we say that the email has not been verified, it means that you can still try to use the address, but it might bounce. So because we were not able to verify if it's correct on the back end, we will not charge you the credits. So no credits will be deducted from your total amount of credits, but you can still grab it and see if it works. Nimble also has templates. So if you create a message inside of Nimble and you know that you would like to reuse it in the future, you can save it as a template. And in the future, easily select from existing templates and save it, send it. Once you send the message, you will be able to see the insights on the clicks and opens. And then we'll also show you when was the last time the people opened the message, how many times, and how many times they click a link you included. So then it can you can select the people and send them another possibly templated message. And now we're going to jump a little back. So we skipped the tab signals and messages. And the reason is because I wanted to show you how you can use the search or segmentation feature with group messaging. Signals tab will be beneficial for people that are using Twitter because currently, like I said, it's the only social network that we directly integrate with. But if you are a heavy user of Twitter, it can really save you time. And as you know, Twitter can get really messy. So this can help you to cut through the noise, engage with the people that are important to you, and so on. You can also send a direct message straight from here or even email any of your contacts from Nimble. You can also write a status update and schedule it. We have a tab that we call messages, and this is a unified inbox. So if you can connect multiple email accounts, you'll be able to go through the inboxes here. And you can also see all your Twitter interactions and Twitter messages here. This is a tab that you can use, but you don't have to, because if you connect Nimble, if you connect all your email accounts to Nimble, you can continue to use them in where you are used to. You can continue to use Outlook and Gmail because all the interactions will be linked to the contact records, but you also have the option to use it here. So it's just on your personal preference. Under activities inside of Nimble, you'll be able to see what's on your agenda, all the things that need to get done. You'll be able to select if you want to show just tasks or any calls or any events. And we also have a feature that's called custom activities. So if you want to log any custom activities inside of Nimble, like in-person meetings, you will be able to do so, and then you'll see a complete list of them here. One of our somewhat new features inside of Nimble is our activity listing. This is a really useful feature for getting things done. Especially if you're in sales, if you want to just create a list of all your calls, you can do so here. You can see those that have been assigned to you. You can also configure the table here. So maybe if you're going through the list of your calls, you would definitely want to have a phone number here. So you would check just the important fields here. So phone number would definitely be one of them. You can unselect all the other ones, and you can also drag and drop and put them on top. So then you would see a list of your calls and people's phone numbers here, and then you would be able to go one by one and finish your entire task list. We also have a task manager here. So this is where the entire list of your tasks will show up. You can also categorize tasks by applying text to them, which is really helpful to staying organized. So if you have a bunch of tasks for a specific project, you could then also pull up the specific project and finish all the tasks that are related to that project first, and then move on to the other one. We also have calendar inside of Nimble. So again, like with the message tab, you can use your calendar inside of Nimble, or you can continue to use calendar where you're used to, like your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar. Deals. So I mentioned that Nimble gives you the option to create multiple pipelines. You would do so under customized pipelines. So when you first log into Nimble, there will be one default pipeline. If you want to change any values on there, you'll be able to just click here, change the name of it. and also customize the individual stages. So you can click edit here. You can tell Nimble how many days you want to allow each deal to stay in each stage, and so on. You can also decide if you want to look at your deals in a pipeline view or in the list view. So again, that's up to your personal preference, whatever keeps you more organized. Toggling between the individual pipelines is very easy. You can just do so here. And you can see the pipelines owned by you or your entire team, or specific team members or salespeople. You can also decide if you want to review just the deals that already have been won, maybe those that have been lost, or those that are stuck, or all the active ones. Moving deals on the pipeline is also very easy. You can basically just drag and drop. And under the individual deals, you will be able to see the entire view into what's going on with the company or the people involved. So this one is not a good example. Let me actually find one that I related context to. Or let me just do it here. So I send it to myself. I can add participants here. So add Megan. And then Nimble will be able to launch the entire history of the interaction. So instead of you having to go into your Outlook or Gmail looking for what has been discussed in regards to the deal, you'll be able to see it under Message tab. All notes related to the deal will also show up here, and you'll also have the ability to add any attachments. In regards to reporting in Nimble, you have the ability to create a report for all your pipelines or any individual ones. You can create a team report for the entire Nimble account, or select individual team members. And you can set up the time range that you're interested in. This is where you can view the dashboard or any forecasted deals, and this is where you would be able to play with the deals history. Again, telling Nimble the time range, specify it. Is it for all pipelines or any specific ones, specific people on your team, any of that. If you want to download it, send it to your colleague, present it in the meeting, we give you the option to print it out, or you can save it as a PDF and email to somebody. And one last thing that I want to discuss before we move on to the mobile application is the individual contact record. So when you click on somebody in your Nimble database, you'll see the basic stuff like who they are, their first name, last name, their title, which I don't have for Brian at this moment for some reason. You can see all the social accounts that they're active on. You see contact information for them. You can use Nimble Prospector here to find email address for them. Again, you'll need the first name, last name, and the company name. If you want to add any tags, you'll be able to do so from here. And under interactions, we'll show you what are all the things that have been done with Nimble that you or anybody else on your team have done. So under all, we'll show you all the activities, which might become overwhelming, especially if you have a long relationship with the person, if there's a lot of people involved with this person. So then it would be more beneficial to go through the individual subtabs here. So under this one, you would be able to see the specific activities. Are there any tasks related to this person, any calls, or any calendar events, or any deals? Any notes would show up under here. And under messages, you would see the entire history of interactions on email and Twitter. And under deals, you would, of course, see any deals related to this person. Data fields. This is a very important feature in Nimble. So if the fields that we currently show you in Nimble like this are not enough for you and the needs of your company, you will be able to create up to 5 custom tabs. So you can name this. It can be a name of a specific project or a program you're running or your division, and then you'll be able to specify the values here and all the custom fields. And every single custom field that you create in Nimble, you'll be also able to search on. So you can use the segmentation and search on all the values that you create. On the person's contact record, you can also easily create a note. So you would just click here, type in anything that it might be. Maybe you're on the phone call with somebody. Instead of typing it on a sticky note, you can do it directly inside of Nimble. If you need to log an activity that happened in the past, this is where you would use this feature. You can specify if it's a task, event, or a call. You can schedule any future activities, and this is where the custom activities I mentioned come into play. So maybe it was a press briefing or it was an in-person meeting. If it's any activity that you would definitely want to specify, you can set it up in settings and then record it as such. You can also send a message from inside of Nimble. So you can easily send an email or Twitter. You can tweet at them or send them a direct message. And for those of you that are using Outlook and would like to take advantage of the email tracking, you could send people messages from here. If you need to create a new deal, you can also do it straight from here. You can set up the probability related to this person or somebody else that's inside of your Nimble database. You can add any participants. You can put them on the appropriate pipeline and in the appropriate stage. And this is where you as an admin could determine if you want them to be public and everybody on your team be able to view and edit them, or if you want it to just be view only for everybody on your team. So I believe that I covered the entire application, and I would like to spend a little bit on showing you how you can use the Nimble extensions. You can go on nimble.com/widget and download our extension for Chrome or Firefox. It's currently not available on Safari because Apple is changing the way they develop extensions. So we're working on a complete redesign. So for now, if you're using Chrome or Firefox, you can install it there. And the way it works is that it allows you to use Nimble outside of Nimble. So if you are on a company website, you can easily bring up the extension and Nimble will already know what the page you're on, and it will allow you to update your existing profiles if you already have the company inside of your Nimble database, or it will help you create new profiles. So this works on any websites anywhere on the internet, works on social media like LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. I can actually quickly show you what it works like on LinkedIn. So I can just bring it up, hover over Bryn's name here. And if I don't have her in my Nimble database, I can quickly add her. Can even search for her contact info. And I can immediately set up the next step for myself by creating a task. So if it's a new lead I would like to bring into my Nimble database, I can do so from here. And as you can see, Nimble is already searching for the person's contact information in the background as well. So they know that Bryn is available on LinkedIn and that she's also available on Twitter. So by clicking yes twice, I was able to build this nice and rich record for her. It's not grabbing her picture for some reason, but it's okay. I could quickly apply a tag to her. She's a LinkedIn trainer. By the way, if you need any LinkedIn training, Bryn would definitely be somebody to reach out to. She's amazing and she knows literally everything about LinkedIn. Usually you are able to pick the photo from here, but it looks like it's not the not an option for me right now. So again, this works exactly the same way anywhere on the internet. Once you plug the extension, it will automatically plug into your Gmail and your Outlook. So the way it looks in Gmail, looks and works inside of Gmail is that it will be sitting on the right side here. So Susan emailed me earlier today. I don't know anything about her, and I didn't even have to do anything to be able to see and learn a little more about who she is and if it's somebody that I want to get in touch with or bring into my Nimble database. So Nimble built this live record for her automatically for me, grabbing all this information. You can see that it automatically grabbed her email and attached it to the contact record. That's not even in Nimble yet. Also grab her location. And the way we do it is by, we integrate with a company called Circleback that allows us to automatically grab the information that people have in their email signatures. So again, this really helps you to keep your contacts organized and also save a lot of time on data entry, because it's the last thing that anybody wants to do, type in stuff that technology can grab for you. So if I decided that I wanted to add Susan to my Nimble database, I would just click Add to Nimble here. I could apply a tag here. I could make any changes to anything on the contact record, or I could just hit save. If I later find out that there's anything that was saved incorrectly and I would like to change it, I could click on the three dots here and click on Edit Contact, and I would be able to change it there. You can also access any of the features from in Nimble here by clicking on the plus sign button here. You could create a task for anybody on your team or yourself. This is where you can select who you want to assign it to. So whatever this person says in the email, you could quickly make sure that the next step will get done by creating a task. If maybe you're setting up a call with them, you can quickly add them on your calendar straight from here. You can also log a call or create a note. So this is what it looks like inside of Gmail. I'll show you what it looks like inside of Outlook. So here we are in Outlook for desktop. Nimble in Outlook for desktop will be hiding here under the three dots. You'll have to scroll down, find our Nimble logo here, click on it, and then we will show you the extension here with the details about the contact record. It looks a little different than on Gmail, but it allows you to do the same thing. So the three dots here will allow you to edit the contact record. A plus sign button will allow you to add a note or a task, create a deal or event on the calendar. You can also mark them as important, set up a stay in touch reminder. You can apply a tag to them. And this is what it looks like on Outlook on desktop. So it's not hiding like on the web app. I don't know why it's so different. As you can see, it will, once you download the extension for Outlook, and Megan, please share the landing page if you haven't done so. It's nimble.com/widget. Once you download the extension for Outlook, it will automatically plug in. Here you'll be able to click on it and update any existing records or add new contacts into Nimble straight from your Outlook. So we covered the browser extension that you can use on social media, in any third-party applications or social media. We covered the inbox plugins, the Gmail and the Outlook one. And I would also like to show you the mobile app. Like I mentioned, I do not have an Android device available right now, but we do have mobile applications for Nimble for both iPhone and Android. So if you're not using them yet, please install them. But I will only be able to show you the Nimble app. So when you first launch it, you will land on the agenda tab. So the idea behind it is for you when you're running around when you're not at your computer, when maybe you're running to the next meeting and you don't have enough time to prepare, maybe you just want to quickly see what the next meeting is supposed to be about, who are all the people that are in the meeting. If you want to access their contact record, you can just select them. You can quickly go through the information you have about them. Under pending, you'll see if there are any deals pending. If so, you'll be able to quickly review them. Under history, you'll be able to see the entire history of the interactions on email and Twitter. You'll be able to quickly send them an email. So if you're running late, you can quickly type in, "I'll be there in 5." You can enable the email tracking. So then we will send you notifications to let you know that the person opened the message. I'm sure here. You can quickly call them or schedule a call inside of Nimble. You can add a task and again, assign it to either yourself or anybody else on your team. You can quickly create a new deal and you can edit the contact record or you can share it. So you could share it via message or email or Skype or any application that you might want to use to share it, or Slack. You could, if you use Slack internally, you could share the information with your colleague who maybe is not on Nimble. This is the second tab that you can see down here. Will take you to tasks. So we will show you all the upcoming tasks or those that have been completed, those that you have started, marked as important, or those that you delegated to other people on your team. Under contacts, you can review the contact record. You can go to any of the social networks just by clicking on them. You can review all the tags, any lead details on the person, what's their experience, what is their bio, what are the areas that they're influential in, where are they located, do they match any of the keywords that you told Nimble that are important to you. So it can really help you to quickly access the contact records when you're not on your computer, and then be able to prepare for meetings. You can quickly create deals here. And one thing I would like to mention, which is really, really nice, is our business card scanner. So you can access it by clicking on the plus sign button in the top right corner, and you can easily just bring it up and scan a business card. Under here, you can select if you want to see all your contacts or just people, or those that you recently contacted. One last thing I would like to show you on inside of the application is that you can click on the 3 dots here and then set up the email tracking. This is where you can view how people are interacting with the emails, and in settings you'll be able to go into notifications on your phone and allow to get notifications on your mobile device. If you do that, you'll see that Nimble will start sending you notifications a few minutes before your meetings and also sometime after meetings, which the idea behind it is to really help you to mark everything that's important and quickly add it to the contact record, and then have Nimble remind you that it needs to be done. So nothing is falling through the cracks, things are not getting forgotten, but everybody has it in Nimble on their to-do list and is able to get it done. Since we are on iPhone, and this is an iPhone specific feature, so unfortunately our Android users will not be able to use it, is Share Via. So let's say you are using the LinkedIn app on your iPhone, and you are viewing somebody's LinkedIn profile, and you don't have them in Nimble yet, they are a prospect, or there's somebody you just connected with in a meeting, or you met them at a conference, you can quickly click on the More button and click on Share Via. And after adding Nimble to this menu, you'll be able to quickly add them into Nimble and then schedule the next task. I also want to mention that our next training webinars, the next one is next week on September 25th. My colleague Megan will actually be running it, and she'll be showing you how to use Nimble as a team. The follow-on will be on October 17th, and will be all about how to use your funnel to grow your business. We will have sales expert Liz Hyman, who will be teaching people how to set up their sales funnel, how to define the individual activities, and how to just stay on top of your funnel and hit your revenue goals. On October 2nd, we'll do another general overview of Nimble and do another Nimble mobile overview. On October 16th, we'll focus on importing context. So we will go through importing a CSV file, we will go through the pricing integration, and we will also create custom fields. So this one will be really good. On October 23rd, another Nimble general overview plus mobile. Hopefully for one of these webinars, I'll also be able to show you what it looks like on Android, even though, again, it's very similar. On October 30th, we'll be doing one about using Nimble for personal branding and networking. And Megan, please send everybody a link to our brand new webinar landing page. So here, of course, you can register, but we just launched a new landing page, so you'll be able to go through the entire list of all the webinars we have planned for until the end of the year, actually. So you'll be able to sign up for them directly from there, and we'll also be sending you emails. So if you're on our email list, you'll definitely see specific emails that will be reminding you to sign up. And last thing, we are running a special offer for new users. So if Nimble looks like something that you would like to use, please go to nimble.com/offer/webinar30, sign up, and we'll give you 30 days of Nimble for free. If you're currently on a Nimble trial, you can still take advantage of it by emailing us at care@nimble.com. So I would like to thank you for being here. I apologize for running 10 minutes over. I hope that for those of you that have already been with us for some time and haven't been utilizing Nimble, I hope this has been helpful. You can always get in touch with us by emailing us at care@nimble.com. And you can also write to our marketing team directly at marketing@nimble.com. So with that, thank you again and have a great day. Bye.